far as I'm concerned, one of the strangest occurrences in video game history is when Michael Jackson worked with Sega as a game designer. I'm not sure if it was Sega or Mr. Jackson himself who first had the idea to base a video game off Moonwalker, but it happened, and I still can't get over the fact that anyone would want to make a video game based on what's essentially an 80-minute long music video, let alone make 3. 2 of these were actually designed by Michael Jackson himself. The third was just some third-party licensing thing. It didn't do well. The first was an arcade game, which was weird in itself, but the late King of Pop was also integral in the creation of this, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Sega Genesis, also known as Mega Drive for those of you who live in not America, and not Canada. The premise is the same in both. Save children, stop the bad guy, do a little dance. Yes, in both versions you defeat your enemies by dancing. Unlike the arcade version, this is less of a top-down beat-em-up and more of a platformer. You can have 2 players, but they take turns like in Super Mario Bros., so unfortunately that means no weird Michael Jackson clones fighting and dancing side by side. On the other hand, there are a lot more moves and more emphasis on dancing. Instead of glowing energy shooting from Michael's hand every time he does any kind of dance move, little magic sparkles fly out which cause the enemies to go flying, bouncing off the walls and ceilings like pinballs. None of them melt through walls though. Oh well. Not all of them do this bouncing thing. This one girl, taken straight from one shot in the movie, just gets in your way and then goes back to being a decoration once you kick dust in her face. There are even a few dance moves that have no attack capabilities and are just there, well, just because. Like in the arcade version, you have a special attack that is one of the most original I've seen in a video game. He forces everyone on screen to dance, and then when the music stops, like some lethal game of musical chairs, everyone dies. Michael Jackson wins.
Fatality.
Michael!
In this version, it's actually choreographed. All the bad guys line up and become your backup dancers, often dancing in unison with MJ as appropriate to the stage. Most of them anyway. Some of them apparently just run away. The dogs and spiders dance too, but they don't follow the same dance patterns. They just do whatever. I don't know, it's probably too tough to train them? The first level is a pretty nice recreation of the Smooth Criminal segment of the movie, right down to the broken pool cue, the stairs, and best of all, it starts with a coin in the jukebox, which, let's face it, totally rules. When you've rescued all the kids in each level, Bubbles the chimp hops on your back from out of nowhere, then points to where you have to go for the boss fight. And by boss fight, I mean a 2-second appearance of the boss who strolls in only to shout, "You'll never catch me!" and then waltzes out, followed by a birth load of guys you've already been fighting. I still wonder why that chimp is even in the game. He wasn't in the movie. There's only one scene where he's even mentioned. I don't really get it. If you get a game over, he even dances around to count down the continue timer. Now that's wacky. The second level seems to loosely follow the Beat It music video, which isn't even in Moonwalker, but whatever. And when I say loosely, I mean Beat It had a gang fight and little else, no guard dogs, sewers, or disarming bombs in the trunks of cars. Also, this is the first level where you can turn into a robot. You do this by collecting a shooting star, which, in fairness, is relatively close to how it worked in the movie. As a robot, you have the ability to shoot lasers and missiles, and you're invulnerable. It even shows you where all the kids are hiding. Sort of like X-ray vision or something. That's nice. Except that until it wears off, you can't actually rescue anyone, so it becomes impossible to progress until then. Why are all these children willing to be saved by Michael Jackson, but not a robot superhero anyway? Level 3 seems to be more of a tribute to Thriller, complete with loads of zombies. Instead of the Thriller song, however, the background music is Another Part of Me. I mean, I guess it works. The sound of it sort of fits, even if the subject matter doesn't, but hey, there are no lyrics, so if you don't know the actual words, the song could be anything. A few of the bosses in the stage take things in a really unusual direction as they split in half and launch their torsos at you. What? What are these guys doing? Raining knives down on me? What on earth? I didn't edit that in, by the way. That's how it's actually programmed, just for one level. Thematically, things get weirder with a cave level playing Billie Jean. Yeah, because Billie Jean always reminded me of labyrinthine caverns and fighting spiders. I'm not sure how this makes any sense at this point, but instead of drug dealers and gangsters, Michael Jackson is now fighting spiders. The last stage is the technologically complex evil headquarters full of the guy from NARC.
You're busted!
Yeah, I know I used that joke already, but seriously, even the guns look the same. There are also laser guns and teleporters and stuff. The background music is bad. I guess that fits. Finally, you turn into Robo Jackson one more time and fly around blasting the smack out of everyone until the whole place explodes. Then that's it, a quick summary about how you won, and then... Wait, Mr. Big isn't done. Michael turns into his battle plane, and there's a really awkward space battle. In the movie it was just a big laser cannon, but here Mr. Big actually flies a space fighter around and attacks by sending a whole bunch of other ships to fly right into you, kamikaze style. He can't just shoot you? What kind of stupid plan is that? So Michael wins and the end credits roll. Just in case you doubt it, there it is, right there in the credits. Game concept and design, Michael Jackson. I'm honestly not sure I'll ever wrap my head around that.